All right, so we're recording now. I just have to explain that I would have Tiana here, but she has work and can't attend this. But I'm able to have my brother Cody with us to help with our goals and website. So the first thing that we're going to talk about was from the globalization page. So I'm gonna name off the I'm gonna name off the little tiny subsections off the website, and you tell me what you thought about what you can remember on those things. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So the first one was colonization. What can you remember on that?
Um, it it seems like I feel like I'm gonna give most of the same answers for each thing, but it seems pretty self-explanatory on each section as far as the colonization, just where the people are and how they colonize, really how they live is what it seems like.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As far as I remember from what I put on here, um, they were able to colonize through a revolution that was a slave revolt from the French colony. So, I don't know if you were able to remember that, but I have to apologize inside the beginning of this video. My brother read this during the night and was asleep. So, if his answers
My
seem
brother,
very.
he needed help, so I put on sleeping and read the website. See how much I.
Dedication at its finest.
Yeah, that's right.
So if he doesn't remember anything, blame the sleep and he dreamt about it. The French, so that's part of the reason why Haiti speaks French is because of uh, their background of all this. So it's not entirely French. It's more of broken up French. I don't entirely know how to describe it, but yeah. What can you remember from the flag symbols? Do you remember?
I remember seeing the flags. I remember. I feel like I remember watching the video about the flags. Was there one about the flags?
That one was the the anthem. That was the national anthem that
Oh,
had.
yeah. Okay. No, yeah. So I don't remember like what a star, the 50 stars and 13 stripes and whatever. I don't remember exactly where they're coming from. Um, but more so, I think I was interested in just what the flag looked like. I don't think I've ever actually seen the Haitian flag. So
Okay, well, you should have at least seen it on the page. So
I did see
just
the flag.
so just to apologize in advance, this is on FaceTime, so poor connection will happen, but we've been able to at least hear the audio. It just had a poor connection, so just explaining that. So the flag, it was red and blue, with one moment. So it had a little tiny white square in the middle, uh, bearing coat and arms. The coat and arms depicts a trophy of weapons, red to defend freedom and royal palm for independence. The palm is topped by the cap of liberty. So, what do you think about the flag now?
Pretty cool. Sounds like a pretty beast flag. Like, don't mess with us. We're Haitians.
The next section that we're going to be talking about is the job accessibility. subheading of the globalization. So, from what were you able to remember from the job accessibility?
It didn't sound like there were too many jobs in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it seems like a very impoverished place where really it's kind of like when you go to Mexico and you see a lot of chiclets. That's kind of what I envision when I think of Haiti.
It's
But
yeah.
you know, people just kind of do what they need to do to survive. That's kind of what it seemed like.
Well, yeah.
Not like the United States where we have big corporation. You know, they don't have big corporations over in Haiti.
Lots of job accessibility here, but not in the Haitian area. It's
stuff like that. Even the doctors didn't really seem quite as.
There's really not that many people who are educated in a way of like doctors and stuff, and we'll go over that section too. But yeah, most of the common jobs that are there are agricultural, so
yeah.
We see lots of things with that. Now I'm wondering if you had remembered the religion section on globalization. Do you remember anything from that? Ah. Alright, so we're back on recording now. So, due to poor connection as displayed, we're going to do this audio to video. So continuing with the last question that was asked before interruption, what can you remember on the religious? Yeah, the religion.
Not too much the religion section. It doesn't say much to say.
Slow down a little bit.
Not too much about the religion section that I specifically remember, other than these people have religion.
They're very much a believing people.
Yeah.
Like, well, at least half the population believes in voodoo, but that's still belief.
Right. No, it sounded like they were saying that they very strongly, and you know, like you said, voodoo. A lot of them believe in that, but they believe in something. They're not like, you know, I don't feel like you'd find an atheist in Haiti.
Yeah. Well, it's only like 1% as said on here that has no religion. So
that's interesting.
Out of the 10 million people that live there, roughly, only 1% doesn't have a belief.
However, I don't remember. I don't remember looking over any part that described if they were an organized religion, like a religious section.
Well, on the other ones, there is 80% Roman Catholic, and 16% are spread up between common other religions like Baptists, and 3% are other religions like Buddhism and stuff. Yeah. So I just realized from this video that we're going to have to do 2 parts to it because it only records up to 15 minutes. So we'll have to. Well, I just realized that, so we'll do it twice for the second section. But okay. I'm gonna give you 2 subheadings. One is the economics, and the other is education. What were your thoughts on that?
It sounds like they need more education. That's my thoughts, really. I think that they need. It sounds like they need help though through the education system, just because of the economy and the way that it is. It's like a third world country.
Well, yeah, they have a lot of. Well, like it's not just the education that's hard for them. It's the fact that also the natural challenges that they face during the days. Like Haiti's one of the poorest countries in the world. Um, Haiti's the third hungriest country in the world after Somalia and Afghanistan. So,
Holy crap.
yeah, 78%
That's
of
pretty bad.
78% of Haitians live on less than $2 of US per day. Heck, I don't even know if I can live off $2 a day. But you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure it didn't disconnect somehow. Going off of the Millennium Development Goals. So, earlier you had said that you didn't know entirely what these goals were, and so just a brief explanation is that these goals were set up by the United Nations, and so in a whole, they targeted 8 goals that they wanted to achieve in the area. So, from what you can remember about Goal 1, Goal 1 was eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. How do you think the Haitian area is doing with that?
Horribly. I can understand why it's a goal. It should be.
Well, it's
I
yeah. It's not
too
only
great of a job. I don't know what.
well, yeah, it's not only Haiti that struggles with this one, but definitely struggle with poverty and hunger. They mainly have to face against like one of the challenges is they're still trying to come back from the 2010 earthquake that hit. Even today, they're still trying to rebuild on that. Well, from what you've been able to see on Goal 2, Goal 2 is achieve universal primary education. How do you think the Haitian people are doing with this goal?
I don't remember how much of it I was able to retain because I wasn't really quite, like I said, I wasn't really quite sure how much I understood. And so, but as far as that goes, it seems like in like earlier days, with the Haitian people, they were having a real, like just a super hard struggle with education. It seems like, I don't want to say they've got it down packed now, but it seems like they got some sort of system going on where it's kind of working.
It's
like it's getting better.
Yeah, it's like stabilizing to a point, but it could still be improved, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, because not every child in the area actually continues on to higher education. It's very sad on how uneducated some people are in the area, and at least people are trying to help out with the systems and donating and whatnot. So we got about a minute and 20 seconds to explain about promoting gender equality and empower women. What can you remember on that?
It's not as I could be completely wrong here. It doesn't seem like there's much of an equality as far as men and women. That it's, I don't want to say sexist, but that men have some kind of power that women don't.
Yeah, that's kind of true. They're not entirely even with each other, but there is sameness with like working on agricultural farms and whatnot. And so we do see a difference, and there is a total difference between the professional women in Haiti and the more rural status of Haitian women. And so, well, we'll talk about that in the next video and a little bit more. I want to try to speed things up a little bit. So that is it.